Dear students, I, Mr. Vishal Shah, Assistant Professor, Krishna Institute of Pharmacy, Karad, once again welcome you all to this last session in the UV visible spectroscopy. Today we are going to discuss about the multi-component estimation. In previous video, we have seen some quantitative applications of the UV visible spectroscopy. If you have not watched the previous video, just I request you to watch previous video about the UV visible spectroscopy. If you like, you can share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now let's begin our today's session. Before that, just we will see what are the learning outcomes of this session. After this session, students will be able to explain multi-component estimation application of the UV spectroscopy. So let's begin with the what is the meaning of multi-component analysis or multi-component estimation. Now we know that UV spectroscopy is most widely used spectrophotometric technique for the quantitative analysis of chemical substances as a pure materials as well as the components of the dosage form. Now if we compare between the pure materials and the dosage forms are consisting of more than one component. It may be excipients, more than one excipients are present, and one API, or sometimes there might be presence of 2 or 3 active pharmaceutical ingredients are there. So if in the dosage forms, if these multi substances are present, multi components are present, then it is necessary to carry out the determination of the each individual component. And if the concentration of this particular individual component is different, then we have to carry out the determination of each component individually. In that case, this multi-component analysis plays an important role. Now we know that many formulations are also consisting of combined dosage forms also. Now if a sample has more than one drug and all of them absorb at the same wavelength, then multi-component analysis is required, because we know whenever you are calculating the absorbance, this absorbance is nothing but the addition of the absorbance that is shown by each solute component that is present in our solution. And if our solution is consisting of multi components, and if they are able to carry out the absorption at the each wavelength, then it is necessary to determine the absorbance of that particular component, individual component. In that case, this multi-component analysis is utilized. Now we know also that if sample carries excipients, impurities, product which absorbs at the lambda max of the drug, then multi-component analysis is required. Now how we are going to perform this multi-component analysis? There are various ways are there by which we can perform the multi-component analysis. Remember, whatever the application that we have studied earlier, it was only applicable for the individual component. Here this multi-component analysis is used when our drug or solution is consisting of our active pharmaceutical ingredient along with the impurities as well as the excipients. Now first and most commonly used method for determination of multi-component analysis is simultaneous equation method. Then second method of multi-component analysis is a difference spectroscopy, then absorbance ratio method, derivative spectroscopy, geometric correction method, absorption correction method, and area under curve method. So these are the various methods by which we can carry out the multi-component analysis. Out of this, in this video we are going to discuss the simultaneous equation method, then difference spectroscopy and derivative spectroscopy. Out of all these methods, as I said, simultaneous equation method is used widely to carry out determination of the more than one component that is present in our dosage form. So for example, our tablet. most widely used combined dosage form is, say for example, ibuprofen and paracetamol. If they are present in a single tablet, then we have to carry out the determination of the concentration of or the performing the assay of that particular drug at that particular dosage form. So for that purpose, simultaneous equation method plays an important role. Now let's see what is the meaning of simultaneous equation method and how we are going to utilize this simultaneous equation method. Now how we can use this simultaneous equation method? Now if sample contains two absorbing drugs, let us consider it as a X and Y. For example, also we have said that ibuprofen and paracetamol, any two drug we can take example. Now only condition is that each of these drug which absorbs at the lambda max of the other drug. Say for example, lambda 1 is the lambda max of the X drug and lambda 2 is the lambda max of the Y drug. So this X drug is capable of absorbing at lambda 1 also and lambda 2, as well as in contrary to this, Y drug is capable of absorbing at the lambda 1 as well as the lambda 2 wavelengths. So it may be possible to determine both the drugs by the simultaneous equation methods. Now the lambda max of two components should be reasonably dissimilar. Means what is the condition for this? That the lambda max of both the drugs are not quite similar to each other. There should be a difference is there between, measurable difference is there between the lambda max of the two drugs. Now the two components should not interact chemically with each other. So if we are having a dosage form, definitely these two components are not interacting chemically with each other. In that case, we can use simultaneous equation method for determination of the concentration. Now criteria for obtaining maximum precision is between the range of 0.1 to 2%. Now I will explain it with the help of the one diagram here. Now in case of simultaneous equation method, we are going to carry out the plotting of the graph between absorbance and the wavelength. Now suppose this is the graph of X drug which shows the lambda max of the X drug at the 242 nanometer. Now we are familiar with what is the meaning of lambda max, that lambda max is nothing but the drug, the wavelength at which that drug shows the maximum absorption. So here you can see this X drug shows maximum absorbance at this 242 nanometer. Now similarly, if we take the graph, calibration graph of that particular Y drug, here you can see that the Y drug is capable of absorbing maximum absorption at the 292 nanometer, which we have considered as a lambda 2. Means here you can see, if we calculate the absorbance at 242 nanometer, it will be addition of absorbance that is shown by the X drug. Here you can see Y drug also capable of absorbing some amount of light. So it will be addition of this absorbance as well as this. So we are not getting accurately what is the exact absorbance that is shown by the X drug. And if we take as it is that absorbance value, that will give us a false results. And that's why in that case, simultaneous equation method plays an important role. Now how we are going to use this simultaneous equation method? For that purpose, we require certain information. It can be determined by the formula A2 upon A1 divided by AX2 divided by AX1 and AY2 divided by AY1 divided by A2 upon A1. Now for this, what is the meaning of what is A1, A2, AX2, AY1? So for this, information required is absorptivities of X. X means here our drug at lambda 1 and lambda 2. These are known as AX1 and AX2. Then absorptivities of Y at lambda 1 and lambda 2 respectively, we are saying they as a AY1 and AY2. They are calculated by using the Beer-Lambert's law equation. A is equal to epsilon BC or ABC, where small a represents absorptivities value. Then absorbance of the diluted sample at the lambda 1 and lambda 2. These are the two things that are required for calculation of this particular using simultaneous equation method. Now we will consider Cx and Cy with the concentration of X and Y respectively in the sample. The absorbance of the mixture is the sum of individual absorbance of the X and Y. So at lambda 1, the A1, now we are familiar with the Beer's-Lambert's law equation. A, that is capital A, is equal to ABC. Here we are not considering the B, as it will be similar to both the drugs. Now as I said, the absorbance of the solution at particular lambda will be the addition of individual components. So here we are having X as a component as well as the Y. So A, B, C, here we are skipping B. So AX1 into CX plus AY1 into CY. This will be our equation 1. Similarly at lambda 2, we can define the equation. Absorbance 2 is equal to Cx plus Ax2 into Cx plus Ay2 into Cy2. By multiplying the equation 1 and 2, we will get A1 Ax2 is equal to Ax1 plus Cx Ax2 plus Ay1 Cy Ax2. We will consider this as equation 3. Similarly, second equation, we will get A2 Ax1 is equal to Ax2 Cx Ax plus Ay2 Cy Ax1. Now further this, on simplification, that is the carrying out this equation, that is the by subtracting this particular equation from this equation, we will get A1 Ax2 minus A2 Ax1 is equal to Ay1 Cy Ax2 minus Ay2 Cy Ax1. Now on simplification, that is by this Cy is common, so we will consider it as a common and we will write down this particular equation. And for that purpose, Cy is equal to, means this particular value we will take on this side, so it becomes divided by A1 Ax2 minus A2 Ax1 divided by Ay1 Ax2 minus Ay2. Similarly, we can calculate the Cx by using this particular equation. So these are the two equations that are used for calculation of the concentration of that particular drug, X drug as well as the Y drug at the given concentration. So this is about the simultaneous equation method. Practically also we are going to use this particular method. Then second type of spectroscopy that we are going to discuss is difference spectroscopy. Here in this case, difference spectroscopy provides a sensitive method for detecting small changes in the environment of a chromophore, or it can be used to demonstrate ionization of a chromophore, leading to identification and quantitation of various components in a mixture. The selectivity and accuracy of spectrophotometric analysis of samples containing absorbing interference may be markedly improved by a technique of difference spectroscopy. For example, here what we are going to do, essential features is that measured value, that is the delta E, that is the difference in absorbance between two equimolar solutions of the analyte in the same chemical form having different spectral characteristics. Here what happens, compound shows the different absorbance in the different solution. Say for example in alkaline medium or in the acidic medium. So for that purpose, here we are going to utilize the value of delta A, which is the calculated by using A, that is the absorbance in alkaline medium minus absorbance in the acid medium. Now what are the criteria and techniques that are required? Reproducible changes may be induced in the spectra by addition of one or more reagents. Then the absorbance of interfering substance is not altered by any reagent, and the technique of altering the spectral properties of the analyte is the adjustment of the pH. That's why this method is considered as a quite simple. Now I will show one graph which will give you idea about the how to use this particular difference spectroscopy. Now here you can see that we have used this plotted one graph of ibuprofen in 0.1 normal HCl and the 0.1 normal NaOH. So here at 220 nanometer you can see the absorbance of this particular both the solutions will be different. So as by using that formula, delta A is equal to absorbance in the alkaline medium and absorbance in the acidic medium. We can use this particular formula to check the difference in the absorbance in the two solutions. So these are the various ways by which we can use multi-component estimation method for calculating the concentration of different drugs. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you like, you can share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.